like you said, you're in the OC. Did you, and that was huge, that show. Did you get, was it weird? Like suddenly you must have had like, I don't know. Also, I guess it was pre-Instagram and all that stuff, like tons of teenage mail, fan mail, and all that stuff, like becoming a teen idol.
Yeah, the OC was a huge change for me going from you know, anonymity basically to I remember when it first came out, I was doing my laundry at the laundromat and people started pointing from the windows outside and they started gathering as a crowd looking in, and I was very uncomfortable with it because I was unfamiliar with it. And it was different than now. Like now, like everybody's got a camera on them and they want a picture, and there's sort of this kind of more quick and respectful way to share your space. Back then, it was just mayhem. So I grabbed my laundry out of the dryer, threw it in my bag, and hightailed it out of there. Driving my used car and living in my cheap apartment. I had a lease that had been signed for the rest of the year. I had no intention to leave. I wasn't going to say,
You were
"Hey,
going to lose that month.
on the OC, I'm moving
Right.
to finer digs."
This is awkward. I'm here about Katie. I think you have my baby. There must have been a mix-up at the hospital.
But it definitely is dripping and juicy, full of that kitchen sink kind of drama to start out. But it does morph into a really fun, action-packed thriller, and then is kind of becomes horror adjacent at the end. So it's full of surprises, and it was a lot of fun to work on.
And I say this again, I mean this as a compliment. Like there's just all these movies, to me, movies like that have a campy element to it that I just love.
Oh yeah, no, that was something that Jeff, our director, really wanted to have in the script. These or in the performance, which was moments that are gonna make you laugh when you're not expecting it, and that, like I said, that nod to the horror genre, that little bit of camp, and that little bit of fun we're having at the end. I think really I wouldn't say it takes the foot off the throttle because it's still full throttle, but it gives the audience a release, a really wonderful release when they need it the most. And it's one of the aspects of horror that I think is the most fun, laughing when you shouldn't be. And I was very happy when I saw the film to see that it accomplishes that.
Did working with Sophia Bush, are you were you old enough to like or young enough to watch One Tree Hill? I don't know like where that falls.
Well, so One Tree Hill, I think it came out the same year as the OC.
Right.
And
Oh, so
that
you're already working.
Yeah, I was working. I was working. So, incidentally, so did Grey's Anatomy. So these shows I had to catch up on much later because when you're shooting a series full time, you don't even know what's happening in the world of television other than who you see at premieres.